speed when we were in break here. Just Allgaier caught up to Taylor Gray. And it was a very similar move as to how he got in the second past Brandon Jones. Side drafts down the backstretch, uses that momentum and the shorter distance to the bottom here, and then slowly slides up the racetrack to cut off the air there, Taylor Gray. And that's how he took the lead and started to vault away from that 54, Dylan.
Yeah, and in the laps leading up to that, Tony Hirschman, the veteran spotter for the 54, was on the radio trying to coach up his driver where he felt like the 7 car was maybe a little better. Listen.
This off at 2, Tony. It's like he gets his in-speed, turns down low, and he can get the wide open sooner. Yeah, 10-4 for sure.
That was actually Jason.
That was Jason. Yeah, that was Ratcliffe, the crew chief on the 54, telling Tony Hirschman to then tell his driver. So the 54 is battling slipping of the rear tires right now, which is also why he's falling back, as is the 20, his teammate behind him.
Ratcliffe, who won here 2013 with Matt Kinson.
Yep, a lot of experience right there in the left-hand side of your screen. Jason Ratcliffe. He's looking at the data and all the information that they have there on the pit box to tell the spotter what to tell. Taylor, as a driver, you're helpless sometimes, right? You're like, well, where are we getting beat at? What do I need to work on? It's great information for those guys. You see Austin Hill getting to the inside of Raja right here. See a lot of those passes right there. Just kind of slide inside the Parker. The thing that sticks out to me is they're just not getting right against the wall. And normally Kansas, that last tenth comes from being 6 or 8 inches off the wall all the way around the track, and we're just not seeing that happen today. Well, and that's a good moment there for Austin Hill. He's moved up from starting 17th into the top 10, so it's big as we see Brandon Jones go to the inside his teammate Taylor Gray here. Similar passing you saw from Justin Allgaier, moves up to the top to cover there. But yeah, to your point about the outside, it's like no one is wanting to get on the wall. It takes major commitment. It is a little early in the race to do that. And the guy I would think would be there earlier than anyone because he's one of the best at running the wall would be Sheldon Creed. We haven't seen him run the wall at all. And remember, this is a new right side tire this year at Kansas for these Xfinity Series cars. That could have an effect on being able to run the wall or the rubber that's been laid down on the track. As you see him right there, just running that middle groove, not quite going all at the top, maybe doing a bit of a diamond right now. Probably not happy with his car, but I would assume he would be one of the first up on that wall. We haven't seen it. I see a lot of loose cars, and I always found it easier to run the wall with my car being a little bit tight. And a little snug on entry, kind of having something to pull on. And if you're loose, it's just hard to commit to doing that. Kim?
Yeah, and Sheldon may be just better on the long run, so give it a couple laps to see if he can then move up to the top because it fired off 3, but just now, this past lap set, it's finally starting to come to him. So we'll see what that 00 has on the long run. Let's go a little bit further up in the field. Connor Zillich currently running in the 5th position. Has made a couple of gains since starting 7th, but man, this team was so confident coming into this race. Connor finished here 4th last year, and then you think about his team, coaching Marty Lindley and the group around him, they were the one team, the majority of them last year, they won stage 2, so a lot of confidence, but right now, just chasing the balance. Take a listen to what Connor's saying on the radio.
Now I just got tight. I don't know. It's all over the place. Up to low grip, just keeping easy with it. Just help this drive down the straightaways. Your entry centers offered equal. I think my final consensus is loose in, tight off.
That's pretty typical of Kansas and not what the crew chief wanted to hear. But remember, this team only ran 13 laps in practice. He had touched the wall. They quit practice early, essentially. He'd said he wanted more laps, and this is maybe some of the things you would have figured out if you ran 18, 20 laps, maybe more than 20 laps. And so I think that maybe put them in a little deficit they're going to have to make up for here in the pit stops. Yeah, and you talked about, Austin Hill having a good run. Harrison Burton as well, up 15 spots after going all the way to the back. You see he's caught Carson Kvapil for that 20th position. I think he's done a really nice job, guys. The expectation, obviously, being one of those guys that is fighting for a playoff spot.
Here as Allgaier flashes by because that team has been so strong lately. Next car Allgaier will see in 27th, the 70 of Leland Honeyman Jr. And the thing to keep in mind in this situation is we hit 10 laps to go in the stage, 3 passes on the line, drivers trying to stay on the lead lap. So a whole bunch in this group of drivers to keep an eye on as we wrap stage 1.
And a little bit of what you saw there from Brendan Poole with Austin Green is that little bit of pressure. He's getting told, hey, the leader's right there. He's right behind you. He's on the same straightaway. That sort of messaging that kind of puts some pressure on you to try and move forward. You get very aggressive in those points because when you're within 10 laps to go in the stage, you think if I could just get ahead, maybe I can hold this leader off. But she didn't. Look at that right there, guys. The amount of fall off we talk about at this racetrack. We saw 2 to 2.5 seconds in practice over 25 laps. These guys are running 35-second lap times right now. Yeah, about 2.5 seconds slower than what they started the race at. So when we look at guys getting ready to go a lap down, they want to go quicker, but it gets so slick at this racetrack, and it's a fast track. It's a 1.5 miles. You see those seams on the track. When you run across those wrong, it's like hitting water, hitting oil on the racetrack. The car will get out from underneath you.
And what's amazing here is like on a hot day like today, when you're going through 3 and 4 and exiting 4, you'll actually spin the tires.
Clear by 3.
Take a listen. Look how long he was out of the throttle right there. You heard that. Just almost stopped the car as he slid up in front of Patrick